Greetings, friends. Hope you are well. Let's talk about Rolls-Royce, and this is, of course, the aviation sector of Rolls-Royce, so people don't get mixed up here. But this is a stock I've been talking about since the pandemic when everything was happening. Rolls-Royce here used to be a $10, $11 stock with a dividend attached to it, and a pretty nice dividend with that. So what we saw, trying to give the genesis here of just a quick little recap of the lifespan, the last 4 or 5 years now of what's been going on with Rolls-Royce, is that, this stock was decimated during the pandemic. I mean, just destroyed. Went from $11, $12 stock on a good day, all the way down to $1. And at times it was like, oh, we might see a reverse split here. But this is one stock that we saw survive, and man, thank God, because this might be the best stock I've ever called. Out of all the crap I've talked about, some got right, some got wrong. This one right here might be one of the biggest markups that I've talked about in the last 4 or 5 years on YouTube now. And I said, man, when this thing comes back, it's going to come back with a vengeance. And that is what we have seen here with this stock so far. We've gone 2, 3, 4, we're 5, and now we're about to hit 6, and 7 might be here midsummer, the way this stock is going. You have a company that the last 3 years, they've been moving back up. They've been hiring their employees back. They've been getting back on projects. They have been, especially the last, year, especially this year too, they are making quarterlies. They are beating quarterlies. They are beating expectations of what they're supposed to be doing and how fast they're growing. Now, of course, there's only so many big aviation companies like this. Of course, you have Boeing and then, other Rolls-Royce right here. So with that, you have a company, you have a stock right now that is still very cheap, but probably the next steps that we're going to see here with this stock is that it's going to recover. It's going to continue to recover, because you're talking about a company it's not going anywhere. They're not going to get bought out. Nothing like that is going to happen. That's just out of the question right now. So with that, we have growth that will continue here, and it could continue pretty big here. We could be in double digits here by the end of the year. So the markup right now, if you got in right now, $4 on a bad day, $5 right now, where's it going to go? 200 days from now, you could be doubling your money. This is a real conversation and a very real scenario that could happen here, because unless there's another world crisis, I don't see this stock falling apart here. And analysts right now are coming out and saying, this thing is projected to really rebound here. And the other big thing is when this company probably gets closer to a double-digit number and hits a double-digit number, it will more than likely bring back the dividend. And that's what a lot of investors are counting on right now, buying this in so cheap to where they know the dividend will eventually come back here, because that's one of the bread and butters of why people want to hold this stock for the long run. Because let's be honest, when you invest in a Rolls-Royce, it's not like you're investing in some kind of AI company. You're not investing in some kind of startup, the thing that could turn into like Amazon. It's pretty much nuts and bolts, bread and butter of what it does every day, with a few unknown big contracts throughout the years that will pop the stock even more. So, how they get long-term investors with that situation is, they're going to pay you a dividend. So investors know that, and that's why they're trying to buy up as many as they can. So you have a stock right now that is going up in share price, but then perhaps a year from now, even this year, towards the end of it, we could be talking about this company bringing back dividends, and they could come, this could come back at a 5 to 10 cent dividend. That is huge for something that is very cheap right now, and a company that is doing very well right now with their financials. So this is why Rolls-Royce is getting a lot of attention right now, and this is why the stock is growing so much right now. I mean, look at this chart here. This is a yearly chart. Look at it's beautiful. I mean, it's straight up. Look at these big stairs. You got the 2, you got the 3, the 4, 5 really taking off right here, and more than likely we're going to hit 6 here very soon. The stock's obviously showing that it is moving up. It has investor support here. So this year, I feel like this is the year, obviously, obviously we're watching unfold. It's not too much of a mystery, but this is the year when we see Rolls-Royce really come back here with, big numbers, big movement. And I think you're watching people really make a decision where they're like, I'm going to get into this for the long run. And obviously, this isn't a very exciting stock. I get that. I get that this isn't like dangerous. This isn't like, hey, I'm really, into Rolls-Royce. It's not, they're not reinventing the wheel here. It's not like investing in an AI company or, an EV company right now. It's pretty much, it's going to be what it's going to be. They're continuing to go up in their, their balance sheet. And these are things you want for a long-term investment, especially with something that could potentially not only double your investment, but bring you dividends here. So with this right now, there's not a lot of movement on a day-to-day chart with Rolls-Royce. It's a pretty cut and dry chart on a daily basis, as you can see. It's not traded heavily, which is not terrible because it's not a big day trading stock. People are trading it, but it's not really used and abused too much. So pretty much there's little room to where you get in, meaning, if you're waiting for $4, you could be waiting a while. I think the $5 mark here might be staying at this point. Getting in at 530 or getting in at 550, I don't know, that's really going to make a difference here in a few months. That's kind of what I'm saying with all that. So friends, like I said, I just want to make this a short video about what is going on here with Rolls-Royce. Like I said, when I was like, just me watching it, I had to think, I was like, this might be the best stock I've ever called. I've literally been talking about this thing since whenever the epidemic thing was, and I was telling people, like, it's going to take some time, but it has paid off. And for people that stuck with it, congratulations. You did it. This is a long-term investment that is paying off, and I still think there's a lot of meat left on the bone for what's coming with this company. Like I said, when they announce dividends coming back, you're gonna see like thousands of people start to look at this thing, because then you're going to see companies, you're going to see investment firms look at Rolls-Royce, because they're going to go, dividends. Oh, okay, we're bringing back dividends. Big deal. That is a big deal when a company brings dividends, especially back. So, friends, I'm going to shut up now. I wish you all a fantastic week. Congratulations with this. Monday's coming. It's supposed to be a bloodbath in the market. Yay, hope everyone's got money on hand, a few 20s to put into something. Friends, I will talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.